got this cat perch. I found it out in the street. Somebody had put it out, but obviously dumped it away from their house. It's quite a nice size. See Jack's on there, Trevor playing in the background. But this thing was built for kittens. It's no, I mean that top piece is 9 inches across. Now Jack's is not a big cat. Here Jack's, you're only little. But as you can see, he fills that one shelf. He does like to go into this. And the other problem we've got is it's very wobbly. Look at that wobble. It's not very stable at all. The only part that's pretty stable is this bottom piece. It's got 2 legs, and that one over there. This side is ridiculous. It's got all this to support on one leg, which I think doesn't help to the stability. So we'll be changing that to 2 legs. Taking them out, taking that leg out, taking this leg out, taking this leg out. So the only 2 legs that are going to be staying are these 2 at the bottom. They're the only 2 solid ones on the whole perch. So, oh, the elusive baby boots. Make the most of it, folks. Probably the only time you're ever going to see this cat. He hates people. If he knew he was on camera now, he'd be gone. Anyway, back to the perch. It's got a few dangly things. Little dangly rope. All of the cats seem to love it, but it's just not strong enough to take their weight. So I've devised a replacement for these ones, which is 3x3. Take those crappy cardboard tubes out, because that's all these are. It's like the center of carpet rolls. So take those out, put these in, but obviously not like this. There's one I made earlier. It's the same thing. It came from one of these. I've just trimmed it down to make it kind of semicircle. It's much stronger. And then what I do is I go into B&M's or Home Bargains, and they sell, I think it's 100 feet of like mountain rope, like mountaineer's rope, but you couldn't climb with it. It's not graded as a weight bearing, but when you wrap it around these things, it makes a really good strong scratching surface. For some reason they don't like to just scratch the wood, but it's going to be a case of take these crappy cardboard rolls out. I mean, they're all bolted together with these hex bolts. Inside there are like tubes that these bolts go through, but that's pretty solid, so I won't be messing with that. But these X bolts run up through the center of these. There's a cap nut in the top of there, that's as tight as it can go. The problem is when the cats that have been on this have been jumping on it, it's been from one side or the other. So the base of these tubes, just move this feather out of the way, the base of these tubes have rounded, if you can see there. Move his feather again. So the cardboard is flattened out on both sides, so it doesn't matter how much you tighten the bolt under here, it's going to make no difference to this because the tube is damaged. And that's why you can see that gap there. But once I replace that with the wood, it's not going to move. It's going to be as solid as a rock, and I've got different bolts, so I won't need a rod that goes all the way up. I don't like the idea of this on the edge because it's when the baby jumps up here, it's just not safe at all. It's really rocky. So I'm intending to move this over this way, only by a couple of inches. And I'm going to put a bigger top on there because this is only 9 inches across, and as small as this one is, I'll try and get him up there now to show you. Jax, come on, up, baby, up, hey, up, come on, jump up, Jax, jump up here for daddy, look, up here, look, what's this, what's up here? Look. What's it get? Look. Oh, it's pretty. Look. What's this? Yeah, look. Look. Up here. Up. All the way. Come on, Come on. Put your bum up. That's a good boy. Now then, as you can see, he's not a big cat, but he's too big for that little circle. And your baby? Is it too small? Yeah, it's too small. But as you can see, all of the scratches on there, the only one that's been used is this one, a little tiny bit up top. So all these little short ones have only got a little bit of scratching on them, which tells me the person who had a kitten, and as the kitten grew, he got heavier, he's worn out the thing by jumping on it. I was probably a bit bigger than Jax, because Jax is very tiny compared to the others. I mean, Trevor is nearly twice the size, and Boots is bigger again. So I need to develop this thing so that it can take the weight and size of all three of my cats, because they obviously like it. They like the perch. You baby, you're just too big. So I need to make this bigger, maybe 12 inches. Move it over 2 or 3 inches. That way it will take a lot of the weight off this one centre pole. I want to try and increase the size of this because this is only 12 inches across, I think 17 inches in length. If I can increase that to come out level with the end of here, so that it's maybe 22 inches, and then increase that by, I don't know, 2 inches, make it the same diameter as this, just to even everything up. And then obviously wrap the new wood with rope and make it more secure for them. So that's the end of the explanation video. this down here is going to have 2 legs. There'll be 2 legs down here, one each side of this circle. So we'll have 2 legs underneath this, which will make it more stable, the same as this. This leg will be replaced with one of these, that's rounded out to look like so. So it'll be the same sort of diameter, but when the rope's wrapped on it, it's going to be an inch thicker than this, because the mounting rope wraps both sides, and even though it's not round, it looks pretty round, but it's going to be a lot stronger. So in the next video you should see the new wood in place down here, the new wood in place here, replacing this leg, the new piece of wood in here, a wider top here, a new leg here, and moved over a couple of inches so it's not so close to the edge and pretty weak. And this is going to be a couple of inches bigger. I've got some MDF to replace this edge on a new disc I'm going to cut, and then it's just a case of finding some fabric to recover all the new pieces, because that fabric won't fit the new piece and that fabric won't fit the new piece. And this rope, I could try and peel it off of these cardboard tubes, but it just wouldn't be enough to cover the wood that I'm putting in there for the strength. I don't know why they use cardboard tubes. It's got to be just cheapness, because they never last. Every perch I've bought has never lasted. It's always fell apart. And I mean, these things aren't cheap. The one I bought, that I changed the cardboard rolls out because our big cat Tom, rested in peace, ripped to pieces and literally snapped the whole pedestal in half. He tore it to pieces. I replaced it with wood, and now it's indestructible. They can, all 3 of them can jump on it at once. The people who design these, it's for the lovely kitten, and then when the lovely kitten grows up and he's then jumping on it like he used to when he was a kitten, totally destroys it. And then you've got to go and buy a new one, which is only going to last a bigger cat, well, a couple of months, because this cardboard stuff they use is terrible. So that's the explanation video to what I'll be doing with this pedestal. And in the next video you should see quite an improvement. It'll be a little bit bigger as well, and stronger. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.